In this video, we're going to pass along not one, not two, but three must-know trading strategies regardless of your trading experience level. Let's get into what is coming up in this video, guys. Yeah, we're going to talk about breakouts, everyone's favorite. Breakout trading strategy, number one. Number two is going to be how to buy the dip every single day and then also sell that afterwards. Volume. Breaking news events create higher relative volume. We'll tell you why that is important as well. Let's get into it. Sean's going to kick things off this time and talk about your favorite, Sean, breakouts.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I love trading breakouts, and those of you that watch the show know that it's one of the primary strategies, especially off the open when there is volume, which will be one of our other strategies here off. You know, maybe number three. Okay, so breakouts right now as we go to the downside. First of all, what you're always looking for when you're looking for breakouts is a catalyst, right? So you need to have something that's going to start this move off. And then today you get Morgan Stanley with a downgrade of Micron. So all I kind of do here is look at the daily chart and we try to find some levels. So what we're talking about here is this 72 level right here on Micron. It's right here. Maybe I can zoom this out. Make this a little bigger for us to see here. It's 72. So we go all the way back to January where 72 sort of started this move back to the upside. Then we get a dip back down here in February. And where do we stop? We stop at 72.50. And then right in here again, 72.50 comes back just a couple weeks ago before making a move back to 83 on AMD earnings and good news with NVIDIA and even Micron as well. So today we get that downgrade and we look right at the daily chart and it's pretty simple to see that 72.50 was going to be a level that I was going to look at here on the downgrade, coming right into it real hard, coming 72.50. So we've identified that on the daily chart. Then we say, okay, that's the daily chart. Now let's look at a minute chart, right? So let's try to trade Micron today. So we come in and then right here, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, all morning, we're just cruising. It's kind of barcoding, just going up and down, back and forth, not doing much. A high of 73, we really like that, 73.10. And the bottom again, look at this, guys, 72.60, 72.60. We're right around this 72.50 area. So for me, I set the stop order at 72.50, and that's the order that we want. Why? Again, on the daily, it's a multi-day break. You can go all the way back to January, February, then again early mid-July, and then again recently. Then the break happens straight to the downside. So the break happens, bang, we're first out 72 even. Then we get out on this consolidation 71. And then it tanks all the way down to 69, which is yet again on our daily chart, another level of support down here at 69. So if you're playing this 72 break, you can actually hold it all the way down to 69. We did not expect this to make such a drastic move today on Micron all the way down. But I'm going to give you a twofer here, okay? So we'll leave Neil for volume alone a little bit here. And I want to talk about the second one, which is actually buying the dip. So again, I'm going to use the same chart. It's the same trade. So I like this example because it shows you that when you're a day trader, you need to be able to flip the script a little bit on these trades, okay? So here's a big move down in, and then we look again. So where's the dip, right? So here it comes, and then we just start basing out. We let it base out a little bit. We already make a bottom right here at 69.25. Then as it starts to go up, our first bid through 69.50, we like the long. Then it comes back in again, and we note this bottom about 69.15, 69.25. We take another bid ahead of that at 69.30. I've identified right here because we're going to get out, and I'm going to show you why. So this mark here, 69. Why do we like 69 on buy the dips? Because again, we go back and we find some support. So we go from 72.50 all the way back down here to 69, and we find some support on the dip. That is a great long level. Look what happens out here. First of all, 69.70. Then we get out. This is this dip. Remember 69.25, 69.60, 70. 670 again, comes right back in. Not sure why we didn't buy that dip again. And then right back up to view up out at 70. And then look, so we're out there. That's probably 80%. We hold on to that 10, 20% just in case this happens, which we don't have it on. But it does break that 69, and that's our out. So it's two stocks. It's two trades here. The breakout. So this is a breakdown. It can go up or down. Take those shares short. Run that to the downside. That's the breakout, right? We talked about why we took 72.50. Then we also talked about why we bought the dip down there at 69. So lots of trading opportunities here. Micron, that's a twofer. The two best, in my opinion anyways, strategies regardless of your experience. These are very, very easy to find, but you do need that catalyst.
100% you need the catalyst. And I think, remember, when you're taking the breakdown, you're with the momentum, right? When you're buying the dip, or as I'm going to tell you here, selling the rip, in this particular case, you're going against the grain. And it's very important, if you are going against the grain, to make sure you have a solid out, right? So I need some extra confidence that I'm going to catch the turn. Now, there are ways to read the tape, and there are other ways to look at a turn technically, but the most simplistic way is, I'm going to show you INO here today, is to identify a level, because if you look at this chart, what's going to stick out, since it actually made this move on the daily chart from a bottom around $6, and then you're going back a few months ago, a failed breakout through 10 that then the next day held 10 as resistance. That pullback retraced and held 10 as resistance again. Another dip that held a 50 period all the way back up to 10 very recently, just a few sessions ago. So you fast forward to this morning, and you get what is an unbelievable climb to the upside. And if your idea here is that I want to sell a rip, there's no breakout for me to have. This is just, you didn't just have it and sort of buy all the way up. There's not many too obvious long trades you're going to take, except buy and hold. You're looking for that turn, and I was looking for that turn. If you didn't have the benefit of looking at that daily chart to have some confidence in the level around 10, well, then it's almost impossible. You might just be shorting at this consolidation at 920, and then maybe get a small winner, then you're losing. And then you're shorting at this consolidation around 940, and then you're losing. And every single consolidation up. And the first one that I started at was here at 985, knowing that 10 was the key level for me here today. So I take a starter position here at 985 because I don't want to have a situation where everybody looks to be selling or taking profit in front of 10 even, and then it starts to go without me. So I did take some early at 985. It then made the push to the upside, which at the end of the day doesn't scare me. I'm going to give it past that 10 anyways. So once it goes up to 10, I get the last of the shares literally at 990 and 994 here. It actually goes up to only 996 before it starts the reversal. And then when it comes to taking profit, if you're going counter trend, a lot of times recognize it's a strong stock that you're going to be in, whether you're buying the dip or shorting the rip. In the case of a Micron, as Sean showed you, that move went into VWAP and then came right back. And I use the same structure. First out is going to be at that cluster before, like that last move into my first entry point. You take some profit there. If there's a mistake in this one, it's sort of obvious. Not getting shares back in at 985. If I had been more aggressive taking some out here at 65, I definitely would have got some more in here at 85. But then when we break that cluster, use that momentum to get some more shares out in the 60 range, and then I'm dipping not the last of my shares, because I want to see if we can hit that home run at that last breakout above VWAP at 950. We take some out, and then we're holding through to see if it can be a home run. When it finally breaks, I cover at 940. This is a trade that, and the thing about this is a trade that you can put on multiple times. Like, I'm actually literally sitting here back into it in front of that same 10 level. Now, are you ever going to like it as much as the first time? Here's my special tip for you. You shouldn't. You should always have, in my humble opinion, you should have a little bit less shares on the second time through than the first, because the first time you can have a lot of profit takers that are scrambling. Oh my gosh, I got to get that money out. But once it's actually held up this high, and then you get that secondary breakout into the afternoon, you probably are going to have too many people looking at that same 10 level and saying, oh, we can stick in front of that. And more eyeballs shorting in front of it will mean if it breaks, it could get a little bit uglier, and there could be a little bit more pressure as those shorts have to cover, especially later on in the day, guys. So make sure you have an out. Make sure you have an area of concern. We talked about it on the daily chart. That way, when it's heading to the upside, you're anticipating. You're not sitting there guessing where it's going to go. You're anticipating that 10 level is going to come, and you're waiting patiently for it.
All right, we promised you 3 strategies that you must know, regardless of how good you are or your experience at trading, and we delivered on that. We gave you breakouts. We gave you how to buy the dip. And we gave you stocks that are doing more volume because of some sort of news catalyst. There's a commonality between all 3 of those, and that's the reason, the why, the news catalyst or whatever the reason is that the stock is moving. So find a reason or a catalyst first, and then you can find all 3 of those trading strategies. Hope you like that one, guys. Here's Valeria.
Hey guys, thank you for sharing these trading tips. Dear viewers, please subscribe to this channel to see more great videos.